Oh, I thought I was in the classroom. How sad I would have been. That place looked like prison. But thank God that is not classroom. This is Discover Self channel. I'm so happy. I actually hate that place. Hi guys, my name is Lawrence. I'm with the Discover Self channel. I'm actually so happy that I'm able to come your way with this video. I know a lot of people have been asking me, Lawrence, when is this video coming out? When is the video coming out? And they've waited and waited and waited and waited. The video is not coming out. Finally, guys, I'm dropping the video, and I know you guys can't wait to really get to hear about what I have for you, right? But then you know what it is: school, profession, job, salary. That is what I hate. So in this video, I'm actually going to take you through some key competent reasons why I think school is not the right place to be. That is, if you are a highly ambitious person. Right now, if you look at the system that we are living in now, there is high rate of joblessness. There is high rate of unemployment everywhere. People are, it's just not easy. Just look at the number of teeming youths that are graduating from our various universities, and they are jobless. And this is even making crime to increase the more, because once they are jobless, what will they do? They have to survive, right? So in this video, I am going to take you through these key reasons why you should understand the system that we are living in and that school is not helping. So stay tuned. I'll be coming your way with the details, and I know you'll be curious to know. So don't move away. I'll be with you soon in the full details of the video. Reason number one, why I hate school. Reason number one is that school robs you of your potential. Yes, school robs you of your potential. Now, some will ask, what does this mean? I think school rather help you to polish up and brings out your potential. Think twice. Now, if you look at the system, the school system, what does it do? The school system is already a place that they've already programmed. They've already programmed what they want the individual to do. Okay, they've programmed what they want you to do. And now, as they've programmed what they want the individual to do, you go there and you are also programmed as well to suit the program that have been programmed already in school. So what happened is that you, the individual, you are not allowed to think outside the box. Once you are not allowed to think outside the box and to go by whatever program that have been programmed in the school, that means that you are limited. You are only allowed to pick what school has to offer you. So once you're allowed to pick what school has to offer you, it makes you limited and you can't think. It kills innovation. School kills innovation. It doesn't make you think outside the box, right? According to Bertrand Russell, men were born ignorant. Men were born ignorant, not stupid. They were made stupid by education. Yes, men were born ignorant, not stupid. They were made stupid by education. This is what Bertrand Russell said. Now, so when you go to school, what it does is that it prepares you. It gives you what it has for you and prepares you to be what the system wants. Theorists have come out that the human brain, the human mind, your human mind is like a plain sheet. Right from childbirth, your mind is like a plain sheet. There is nothing on it. Just like when you are given a plain sheet and you have to provide content on it, do some writing on it to provide content. The human mind, right from childhood, is like that. So that's why we call that kind of state of mind as tabula rasa. Tabula rasa. So when you are a child, when you're a baby, you have that tabula rasa mind, because there is nothing in the mind, in the brain. So when you start to now develop, to grow up, then the system around you now shapes you. The experiences around your environment feeds into your brain, and that's what shapes you as a human being. So now if you look at the educational system, once you are up to the age of going to school, daycare, nursery, kindergarten, primary school, now these are the places where children are taken to be programmed to they take advantage of the empty paper. Just metaphorical, that's the brain, which is now empty. So once you are in school, then it is the responsibility of the system in the school to now program, to rewire your brain. As they rewire your brain, you are programmed towards one particular direction. You are programmed towards one particular state of mind. And at that point, it means that the individual doesn't become your real you. You become a fake person, if I can put it that way. Why am I saying become a fake person? Because you are not able to discover who you are, your inner potential. But then the program that have already been programmed in school is what determines your future. So school, for instance, has put system in place to prepare people to become lawyers, prepare people to become medical doctors, prepare people to become teachers, prepare people to become bankers, prepare people. These are already pre-programmed. So this is what school does to the individual, and when this happens, it kills your inner power, it kills your potential, right? So this is one of the reasons why I think that when I began to understand some of these things, then I start to hate school for that, right? Don't get me wrong, if there are others too that have no problem with this, and that is over to you. But then human being is so powerful that if you're able to identify your potential, then you can explode. Now, and how will you be able to identify your potential? Crisis will lead you to identify your potential. Now, if you look at the school system, it doesn't allow one to go through crisis. Everything you need to, the profession, the careers, they're already programmed and packaged for you. You just go and select one. It's a matter of you going to pick one as your own and start learning towards that. But then, if you look at the nature of the human being, the power the human being has, until you go through crisis, then you can know how powerful you are. It's when you go through crisis, then you start, it ignites your creative capability. It ignites your innovation, your innovational skills. And then when it ignites those innovation and creative skills, it brings back, it brings out what you can do. That's the potential. So now, if you now compare this to what school does, school doesn't, you wouldn't get that kind of crisis that will lead you to innovation, creativity. So that is why so many people that who have identified their potential earlier in their teenage days, they decide to drop away from school. We have people like Richard Branson, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. All these people are people who have not even completed school. At some point in their life, they had to drop from school, right? So you see that if these people have not become critical thinkers, have not actually stayed out of the box, because school put everyone inside the box. Everyone must be in the box. So if these people had not thought outside the box, it means we wouldn't have had Microsoft. We don't have Microsoft. which is out of the genius and creative ability of Bill Gates. We would have had Facebook, which is another creative genius of Mark Zuckerberg. We would have had PayPal, which is also created by Elon Musk. He also created SpaceX. He's known to be exploring space, right? So these are guys that actually were anti-school. They some point in their stages as they were going through school realized that school couldn't handle. I mean, there was a lot of contradiction between what they wanted to do and what school was offering them, because school was offering them what we all know. If you look at it critically, you realize that if you are the type who have discovered who you are earlier in your early stage, you have problem with school. And mostly, I don't also blame people so much, because the kind of environment that they've lived in have not given them that kind of thoughtful ideas to be able to discover who they are, right? So now this takes me to the next point. Reason number two is that school makes you robotic. Yes, it makes you robotic. Right from the first day you step your foot in school, you become a robot, because your life within that premises is all determined by rules. Do that, do not go here, learn this, that. Is just governed by rules. Do not dress this way. Everything is just by rules, and it expects everyone to behave in the same way, just like during the slavery era. How the slaves were controlled. It makes all of you behave in the same manner, and once you make a mistake, and the system doesn't want to make a mistake. Once you make a mistake, it's punishable. You don't have to fail. It hates failure. Once you fail, it's punishable, right? So the system makes you just become a human robot, and you are giving facts, data, figures, and everyone is supposed to learn the same thing and produce the same results. As you are taught what you are taught, you produce the same results. It's just like an empty container. What is filled in is what you give out. You don't add or subtract anything. Once you add or you subtract, you are punished. That is during exams. When you are examining, what you are given, the questions you are given to produce answers, you memorize whatever you remember, whether it's figures, it's data, it's facts. You go and you pour out the same thing for them, and I see that to be dumb. I mean, I just, that kind of robotic orientation, I just find it so difficult to like. You understand? So it makes the individual actually very restricted. You are very restricted. So and I think it's so sad, considering the individual. We all have different potentials. We all have different capabilities. We all have different skills. Now you go and put people together, and you are asking them to learn the same thing and produce the same results. When you know we all have different capabilities, there are some people that might not have. I mean, you don't judge everyone equally. You don't examine everyone and assess everyone equally, because we all have our weakness and strength, right? But now this is the system that we live in. They take you through that and expect you to have certain requirements, which will now take you to the next level. Once you don't have those requirements, then you are considered a failure, right? And when this happens, if you're not careful, most people that are considered failures in school, it haunts them because the system there hate failure. And once you fail, you feel like an outcast. You are stigmatized, and that thing plays in your mind. And if you're not a very strong person and you don't really get a lot of people that push you to redirect you to discover who you are, and you pick it up, you just give up in life and just conclude that, oh, for you, you are a failure. There's nothing you can do. There's a friend someone I met some time ago who was telling me for her, she think school, she's not just good in school, and she has seen that once she's not good in school, then she's just a good for nothing person. I'm like, no, don't talk like that. I mean, you have value. Just discover who you are. You have value. You are precious. You are powerful. Just discover. Don't allow school to give you that wrong judgment, right? So it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So well, let's leave it there and then move to the next point. Why I hate school. The next point. That's point number 3. School is a tool that brainwashes the individual. School brainwashes us into thinking that certificate is a measure of success. You'll find a lot of these guys chasing after certificates, chasing after big certificates.
Good afternoon, Jack.
You call me Jack? You don't respect? You don't know I just got my doctorate degree from Oxford University?
Hey, Jack, so what's wrong with that?
Learn to respect.
Hey, Jack.
Full of themselves, they get so arrogant because they have big certificates, or they are doctor, professor, emeritus, those big certificates that are actually useless. Because in this 21st century, certificates is not what matters. It's what you are bringing on the table. It's not certificates. Just try interacting with one of them. Do you know who I am? You know that they feel they know everything, and such people, they are very difficult to really let them see a change. Like change they are so fixed minded because robotically they've been programmed, and that is how the system programmed them, right? So they are always full of themselves and full they know it all, and they are so arrogant, right? And now there is this quote by Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein said, the individual becomes who you are after you have forgotten 99% of what school taught you, of what you've learned in school, right? So these people don't know they are living a fake identity, and living a fake. I mean, your real self that you could have discovered, that will help you to actually make a change in the world. It has been dumped. It has been exchanged with those big certificates, which are making you feel so proud about. Now, the sad thing about these guys with these certificates is that they become job lovers, and once they are job lovers, they keep on working so hard, and yet they be getting poorer and poorer, because the harder they work, the more school they go, the more education they keep on getting, the poorer they becomes. And someone will like, what do you mean? Yeah, what I mean is that so far as you are in job, so far as you are being paid a monthly check, trust me, your life is being determined by your employer. The kind of house you stay in is determined by your employer. The kind of woman you marry is determined by your employer. The kind of lifestyle you live will be determined by your employer. You have no freedom, right? So these people with these certificates, they use those certificates and still continue to be in job, and they will live in a struggling life. Now they are living a struggling life because you are living on a fixed salary, and maybe periodically they just have some small increment, and you keep on going to school just to make sure that they adjust your salary, right? And the sad thing is that no matter the big accolades, the big titles, doctor, professor, doctor, whatever, the moment you die, your kids can inherit those certificates. Imagine the time you spend educating yourself. Some people can even use half of their let's say you are to retire at age 60, right? Age 60, depending on the country you live in. Others is 65, right? So let's say you are to retire at age 60. Most people spend half of those years educating yourself. Let's say 30 years. So you have spent 30 years educating yourself, and the rest of the 30 years are used to work like a slave in job. Now, when you get all these titles, all these accolades, certificates, and you work so hard and you go on pension, sadly, your kids can't take them to work. If you die, sadly, your kids cannot take them to work. They have to also get up and also robotically go to the system and work so hard, work like robots. You understand? So sometimes that is why I envy entrepreneurs. I envy those that understand this century and they're taking advantage of the century, and they're not chasing after certificates, but are using their time, their precious years to build systems, to build companies, to build businesses. Now, these are things that when they spend their years on, they can transfer to their children. Their children can inherit them. But you who have gotten all these big certificates, tell me, when you die, whether your kids can inherit them. So you realize it's useless. Number 4. Point number 4. School does not teach us anything about money. It doesn't teach anything about money. Now, that financial literacy that you need to be able to understand money, that will make you financially independent, is not taught in school. I've never heard that the accountant, world richest people, and then someone who is a doctor, professor, those academic accolades, is among the richest. This is because school doesn't teach you anything about money. So you can have all the degrees, gather all the degrees in this world and bring them together and give them to one person. He can still not be rich. The reason is that he's not taught any, he has no knowledge about, he's not taught the knowledge of money in school. He wasn't taught about money. He was only taught a skill to work in job, right? So before you can have that financial literacy, then you have to learn it outside school. School will teach you how to work for money actively, whereas understanding money and understanding having financial literacy will help you to work for to earn money passively. We have active income and passive income. So what school teaches the individual is actually active income. Active means that you have to work hard for the money. That is why people get paid at the end of the month, because they've worked and they are due to be paid. Now, on the other hand, those that are ready to work to earn passive income, what they do is that they create systems. They grow trees. Let me put it that way, metaphorically. They grow trees. This reminds me of this popular saying that we all, before growing up, to always hear, that money do not grow on trees. If money grows on trees, then monkeys will be the richest in the world, which I think is misleading. It's not true. Money actually grows on trees. So if you look at those that are earning money passively, what they do is that they are able to own systems, and those systems are allowing them to earn money passively. Money is something that we create. Money is something that we grow. Money is something that we harvest. Now, those who have gone through the school system to get skill, they don't harvest money. They don't, because they don't own any system. Now, this system I've mentioned, someone will ask, what do you mean by system? What do you mean by system? What I mean by system is that when you own a business, if I'm talking about business, I'm not referring to having a boutique store in town, or having a provision store, or having I'm talking about a big business, a business that can grow beyond the borders of your country, can go globally. That's a big business, right? And thank God the power of the internet is making this possible. It's making this possible, right? So those that earn money passively, they understand the system, and they take advantage of the 21st century business. The 21st century business is very easy because of the power of the internet. So they're able to grow business globally easily, right? So they take the power of the internet, then they try to create businesses. Now these businesses now grows beyond just like what Jack Ma, Alibaba did, Jeff Bezos, what he did with Amazon, Alibaba with Jack Ma with Alibaba business side. So these are businesses that have grown beyond the borders of, it has gone globally, right? So understanding financial literacy will help you understand how to create money, how to grow money, and how to harvest money. It's just like a machine that you are using. You should be able to control its movement. I mostly explain the concept of money with this simple diagram. Now, most people who are actually working in jobs, if you look at these two, we have this straight line, and then we have this circle. Most people that are in jobs, when they get their money, this is how it goes. It goes straight and it doesn't come back. Now, these are people that have financial literacy. The money starts here, it goes round and comes back to them. Anytime it goes and comes back, they are richer. People here, anytime it goes away, they get poorer. So what happens is that people that are having financial literacy, they have the money, they put it into investments, they put it into companies, into their companies. They invest the money, they control it, so it goes, and as it comes back, they get richer. Here, their money goes into liabilities. Liabilities here means that people that are in job, mostly because they don't have financial literacy, they get the money and they spend them on what we call liabilities. What are liabilities? If you buy a car that you are driving in to work, it's a liability because it's not putting more money in your pocket. It's not putting money in your pocket. If you build a house and you stay in and it's not being rented out, and you just stay in it, it's taking money out of your pocket. It becomes liability. If you buy expensive watch and you're wearing, it's not adding more money to your pocket. It's a liability. So this is how people that are school products and they are in job, that's how their money, that's how they spend their money. People here don't spend their money like that. They make sure that it goes into what we call asset, and these assets are what generate more income for them. So that's why they keep on getting richer and richer and richer, whereas people here continue to get poorer and poorer. So the reason why these people, they have different mentality, these are people that didn't have any knowledge about money from school. These people had the financial literacy, so that's how they're able to control their money in this way, right? So once you don't get this kind of education from school, then be rest assured that you have problem financially, right? If you look at the world population, people are complaining everywhere. No, the economy is getting harder, it's getting harder, it's getting harder. They struggle to make ends meet, right? And they work so hard. Not that they're lazy, they work so hard, we work so hard. Yet they are struggling. The reason is just understanding the concept of money and understanding financial literacy, right? I watched this documentary about Japan, where the person who went to do the documentary coverage, it came out that most Japanese are not giving birth. They are not marrying and they are not giving birth. And the reason that came out was that they don't have time to date. because they are so glued to their jobs. They need to work hard because they need to pay utility bills. Bills are going high. If you don't work so hard, how do you? I mean, it will be hard to survive. So they are so glued. They become robotically workaholics, working hard to just get money to keep up. So they don't have time to date, no time to marry, no time to give birth. So the government are worried that the working population they are aging, and once they get wiped out, how do they sustain the economy? Because they are not, the working force will be wiped out. They are not giving birth. And it's not only Japan, it's globally, it's happening like that. You can have one person having more than 5 jobs, and he need to attend to all of them. He has to do that because times are getting harder, and they think that working hard will make you financially free, and that is not smart, because working harder is not what will make you financially free. It's how financially literate you are. It's how smart you are financially. That's what will make you rich. Hard work doesn't make you rich. It's smartness, right? So those that get this kind of education outside school, that financial education that is not taught in school, they have no problem. That's why you have fewer people in the world being rich, and a larger population are working hard and getting poorer and poorer and poorer, right? Educate yourself. There are a lot of books you can read about financial education. You can I've been reading a lot of books from Napoleon Hill, Robert Kiyosaki. They write very, very good books that are very they'll give you much insight about how to really understand your potential and how to understand money. The last reason why I hate school and I make mockery of school is that school is not updating. School is refusing to understand that we are in the information age, that is the 21st century, and the demands of the 21st century is quite different from the demand of the industrial age. So school is still teaching us things about the industrial age, which is actually hopeless. There is no hope in that. Now, if you look at the industrial age, during the industrial age, because of the number of industries that sprang up, there was the need for job. There was the need for a lot of people to be employed after slave trade. Slave trade was abolished, and the people actually needed, the other way to use human resource was to rely on people that are trained in school to get some employable skills, and they'll be employed, right? So that era, and looking at the era today, the information age era, is different. The information era, the 21st century that we are in now, it demands creativity, it demands innovation, it demands problem solving. And this is not what school is teaching us. At school, just look at what we learn in school. We are learning facts, figures, and data. We are doing rote learning. You even learn some things that you don't even understand. You learn it, you don't understand. We don't need this. These are robotic learning. It's robotic learning. It doesn't make any sense in this century. And this is what a lot of people are learning in school across the globe. Right? So to be able to adjust and suit the 21st century, it means that you have to be able to learn outside school to be able to adjust. That is how we realize that there's a large number of unemployment in the world. It's a world crisis. It's not one particular geographical location. It's a whole global crisis. This is because these are people that are product of school. They are victims of school. A large number of people are out of school, no job. This is because school has oriented them to have the mind that you come out and you for a job. School have not taught them that they should come out and create jobs. Now, why is it so dangerous to actually go to school in this 21st century era? It's so dangerous because technological advancement is bringing about robots. Technological advancement is bringing about artificial intelligence. So this is the future of the world which we are in now, and school is not understanding this. Now, if you look at Karen statistics. Now, according to the Oxford Department of Economics, by 2022, about 20 million manufacturing jobs. 20 million manufacturing jobs. These are people that are in the manufacturing industries. They will be laid out of job. They will be laid out of job. Why would they be laid out of jobs? Because robots, they are preparing robots to come out to come out and take over those jobs. Robots are coming to take over those jobs. So now what's the fate of these people? Okay, so, and more people are in school. More people are in school learning skills to come out and work in these industries. So you see where the hopelessness is. That is not the only thing. According to the World Economic Forum, the World Economic Forum also projects that most jobs are going to be lost to automation by 2022. A lot of jobs will be lost to automation. Now, when this happens, just look at how, just imagine what will be happening during that time. People that depend on jobs to survive, they are laid out of job. So how do they survive? So there's going to be a huge crisis. There's going to be a huge crisis. This is not the only thing. Now, according to Gallup, Northeastern University in Canada, they've also conducted a survey, and then they've realized that most employees, they've lost interest in traditional education. They've lost interest in school. They don't want to go to school again to upgrade. They rather prefer to get that upgrading from their company. The company, they rather get schooled by their companies. Because if you go to upgrade, go to get your doctorate, your master's in whatever skill that you are known with, you come back, it's not applicable to the job place because things have moved ahead. Because those skills that you will learn in school and come out to work in your company are those skills that were needed in the industrial era. They are no more relevant today. So there's no hope. There's no hope. So until the world rises up to do something, there's going to be a huge crisis. Look at the uprising that is going on across the globe. People are getting dissatisfied with their leaders. And there's a lot of, you on the television and everywhere there's chaos. The people are getting dissatisfied. Now, if you look at some of these movies that we watch, some of these fictional movies, they are not just movies. These are movies that projects into the possibility, into the future. If you watch a movie like The Edge of Tomorrow, you realize that the battle, the war battle, that they are using the robots to engage into the battle. These are a future of how security is going to be handled in the world. How battles are going to be fought. Battles will no more be fought with human beings engaging directly in it. Battles are going to be fought with robots, are going to be fought with artificial intelligence. You don't have to go to the battlefield physically. So that's what is happening. Until you decide to learn outside school, you're putting yourself in danger in order to fit in the world. Right. So this brings me down to the end of my video. Welcome comments. If you have listened to my video and you think that there are certain things you want to draw my attention to, your comments are welcome. Your comments are welcome. But then don't also forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, and then don't also just do me a favor by also sharing this video. A lot of people, let's rise up. Let's wake up. Let's wake up and make a change. We can make a change. Let's wake up and make a change. I have started my journey, and I know soon everyone who is watching this video and yet to watch, and among other things that you have learned, it will help you realize that you need to do something different. You need to do something different. Else, there is no hope, right? Thank you so much. I see you again in my next video, which will be coming pretty soon after this video. As I said, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.